Hi, today we'll be talking about why I'm not going to purchase Mavic Mini just yet. I'll give you my pros and cons and why I hesitated in buying it today. Let's talk about it. Okay, so the Mavic Mini just been released on October 30th, and a lot of YouTubers who has access to this Mavic Mini drones give it a very positive review. But when I was watching several of these videos, I was actually not impressed. Now I'll give you my positive take on it, and then I'll give you my negative take, and then I'll give you my conclusion why I'm not going to purchase it just yet. Okay, let's go first with the positive. So when Mavic Mini was announced, and I knew about this several days or even several weeks ago because there was some rumors about it, and I was very excited because it's less than 250 grams, and it seemed like this is the drone to have as a supplement to your, let's say, Mavic 2 Pro or the Phantom 4 Pro, because now in Canada especially, you can fly over people and close to people as long as you're safe about it, right? You fly safe. But here's the positive. So the positive is that the battery flight time is amazing. It's more than, I think, 23 minutes. I think iPhone Do YouTuber, when he did the test, is about over 23 minutes, which is very, very good, because if you compare that to the Spark, which is only 14 minutes, and you compare that to the Mavic Air, it's 16 minutes. So it definitely beats those two drones, and I really like Mavic Air. Right, so the battery life and the flight time, amazing. Number two, the 3-axis gimbal. As you can see some of the aerial shot by some of these YouTubers when they were reviewing it, again, very stable, amazing. Remind me of Mavic Air, but having the look of a DJI Spark. But DJI Spark only have 2-axis, well, this Mavic Mini has 3-axis gimbal. So amazing. Okay, now it's not 4K. To me that's okay, but some of you may not like that. But I think 2.7K is more than adequate. It's a little bit better than the Spark. But okay, so now we'll talk about the negative part, which almost, I almost click on yes until I watched some of these videos and I looked at the spec on DJI website. Then I said, no, I'm not going to buy it. Okay, so here's the negative part. The negative part is that, number one, you cannot control the white balance. Now, if you're a photographer and, well, in terms of photography, you can control that, but in videographer, if you're a videographer, this is a problem. You cannot control the white balance. It's auto. And for me, that's a big mistake from DJI. I hope they change that in their new firmware. Okay, you have to be able, I know it's small, but I'm sure you can change the white balance. Like, make it manual, please. And the shutter speed as well, can make that manual. These two, criteria is actually under auto now. You cannot adjust it, which is a problem for me as a filmmaker. I want to get a close shot, but I don't want to, as I zoom in, I pass through my actors, I want to be able to keep the lighting consistent, the color consistent, right? I don't want it to be changing on me as I fly through these scenes. That's very important, especially there's variation in the light, the sunlight especially, right? No active track, which was really disappointing. I was thinking of getting this drone so that I can, walk with it, and then as I walk with it, it's going to be tracking me, right? That's very important, especially when you're talking about a selfie drone that you can fly closer than 5 meters or over you, right? That's why I was going to buy it, and now they don't have that feature. I'm like, what's the point, right? The propellers, I was watching some of these videos, and it sounds like the noise is as loud as the Mavic Air, which is not good, because I flew Mavic Air, in not near people, but about 30 meters from people, but I could hear it. I could actually hear it, and I think it can be distracting to bystanders. So just be aware that. So you think that you can fly in the cities. Again, it depends on the bylaws, right? So just be careful with that. But let's say you could fly in the city, but the thing is, you fly like say 10 meter, they can actually hear it in Mavic Air. Now, if Mavic Mini is as loud as Mavic Air, this is not a good thing, because there are people going to be asking you questions, say, and giving you a bit of a problem. Even though in Canada, for example, any drone less than 250, you could fly as long as the bylaw allows it, right? No built-in memory, which not a problem for me. I can always put in an SD card in there, and give it 128 gigabytes. But having it there would be nice, just like the Mavic Air, so that you don't have, sometimes you forget, like that. The Wi-Fi signal. Some of the reviewers saying that it's not as great as the Mavic Air, which is not a good thing, because I flew Mavic Air a lot, and I can tell you right now, even in open air, flying over 500 meters, right, or over 1,500 feet, can be a problem. You get this lost signal from time to time, which is not good if you're, you worry about, especially there's a windy day that day. That can be a problem. So I usually fly my Mavic Air less than 500 meter or less than 1,500 feet. But with this Mavic Mini, I probably, if I do possess one, I would not fly further than 200 meters. First of all, it's, I'm going to be worrying about, it flying away because of the wind, and the signal is not very strong. So that's something I wish they had AquaSync in there as a technology, but I guess not. Okay, but still, for the price, I guess you can't beat that. And lastly, I guess maybe this is an isolated incident. There was a video by Potato Jet, and he was flying in a high elevation area, and his Mavic Mini actually had a problem. It was when they were flying at high altitude in a high elevation area, the Mavic Mini kept descending, and crashed a couple of times. So I'm just worried about that. I hope that's just an isolated incident. But if this is a bug that's affecting all the Mavic Mini, DJI, you need to address that, because especially if it's coming to Canada, I do not want a drone that is like a beta version, or if there's an issue with this kind of problem, because you're going to have these new drone flyers who know nothing about the drone regulation, and can be flying irresponsibly and cause problem to us drone pilots, and will cause more stricter law in Canada. So I really wish DJI will hold on their drone, get that fixed if it is a problem, before they release in Canada. All right, so that's my take on it. I hope that's helpful. I will purchase the drone if all these problem is fixed. I was looking forward to it. I almost clicked on buying the combo, but now I'm just gonna wait. I just wish, like I said, DJI addressed the problem that I told you about, and yeah, so not gonna buy it. Thanks for watching. EducateTube.com.